Nope, you can't hit me. Good morning. Welcome to the Brothers of Legacy. I'm your host, A.D. Walker, the pusher, the grower, the motivator. So listen, we're not going to be here long. Happy 4th. But I did want to come on today because we won't be here tomorrow. We won't be here tomorrow. Um, Special day. Today is a special day. Um, so I definitely wanted to show my face in the place. I don't like to miss a lot of days. But real quick, I just was thinking about this. And I think I talked about this last year, same time. um, and let's do that. So, good morning, Mama McCory. Good morning, Miss Lisa. Good morning, guys. Thank you guys for being here, rocking with us real quick. Rocking with us real quick. All right, let me pull this up here. Turn this mic up. My mic sounds nice. Check one. My mic sounds nice. All right, there we go. All right, so make sure you share. Sharing is caring. We're gonna give you a quick 30. This is gonna be a quick 30, but I did want to come on and talk about this, right? So I was watching on Netflix Benjamin Crump's documentary. If you've not seen it, it's interesting. It's interesting, and some of the reason that he's doing what he does and how he got started, and just full disclosure, I didn't see it all. I started watching it late last night. Um, so I'm definitely going to check out the rest of it. But I think I watched maybe like a good 30 of it. It's like an hour and some change. But, sleeps it got me. So, and we talked about, and he talked about just, how he got into it and things of that nature. And, his goal was always to defend the people from injustice. And it was an interesting conversation, or interesting documentary, and he spoke about one of the. It's funny. My wife asked me. She said, "Does Black America really like Benjamin Crump?" I was like, "I think so. I think right now he is an advocate. He is fighting in the legal system. They had that during the civil rights, and I can't remember the gentleman's name. Um, if someone remembers him, he worked with Martin Luther King. He worked for a lot of civil rights. He was like one of their lead attorneys, getting folks out of jail and fighting certain things. But I think getting people out of jail he's probably more defending people from jail than anything. Like he was their legal representation, to help them in certain spaces, to know the law, what you can do, what you can't do, and things of that nature. So he was kind of like on the front lines in a different sense where he was more defense. Um, Whereas Benjamin Crump has now stepped into more of an offense. And it's good to hear, good to see. It's unfortunate that, of course, he shows up, injustice has happened, and generally to the detriment or tragedy of someone losing their child, their father, their uncle, their sister, their wife. Someone had to lose their life for justice to be served, unfortunately. But he comes in from a different angle in this space. So let me do this real quick. Separate what I do from what I do. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. And like I said, I'm gonna have what do you call it, a soliloquy. I probably be by myself, and it's fine. But it's gonna be a quick 30, and I'm out. But I just wanted to kind of talk about this. One, I don't like to miss many days on brothers, and two, I had this on my brain, so I wanted to share this as well. All right, so let's go. We're gonna talk about it, and I want you guys to chime in, share this conversation, because it's important. It's important. All right, let's go.
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
All right, you guys, let me know if you can hear me well, because that intro was like super loud in my ears, but it's super low on when my mic is super low. So I need to get the mic closer to my face. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. And let me know if it's challenging to hear. All right. So, like I said, today I just kind of wanted to talk about: do you feel a part of America? Do you feel a part of the patriotism? Do you feel a part? or you kind of like here. Okay, cool. Thank you, Lisa. Here as a spectator, here just I'm just here so I don't get arrested. Like if I had someplace better to go, I'd probably go. Do you feel that way? Those that are listening, those on the replay, let me know. I want to know your feelings. I want to know how you feel about the place that you're living in. This is for my Americans, and if you're abroad and you've lived here, I want to know that as well. I want to know if there's a difference from where you're at to being here in America. So that's kind of the conversation I want to have. And like I said, I watched the Benjamin Crump documentary, and it was good. It was interesting. Like I said, I didn't see it all, but it was interesting some of the perspective. And he's talking. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we do it. I think because everybody's up in the house. Normally everybody's not up, so they're sucking on the Wi-Fi. So as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. Let me know if it goes bad. But definitely he talked about, just kind of getting cases to pay rent and then moving into, okay, Mom, of course, said, yes, I feel a part of America. Awesome. Awesome. I love to hear that. And so, he was building up funds to do more civil rights cases and just to have, because if you know about cases like that, awesome. If you know about cases that are like these civil rights cases and things of that nature, after entities have money, he's doing it for free until there's a judgment. And yes, I think he may be at 38%. And I remember some time ago we talked about it and someone had an issue with it. But honestly, like I had an opportunity to speak to someone that does personal injury. Or no, that doesn't do. He said he did a little. He just says it can be a good payout, but you got to wait until everything is done. And you got to remember, he said, not only are, you have the case, you win the case, but if the company or entity appeals, you're still waiting. You're still waiting for your payday. And now you got to go back to court. You got to do more research. Now it's another court case. That's more people. That's experts. That's this, that's that. He said it's a lot of money going out before anything comes back in. So that's what he was talking about, kind of breaking down the financial obligation. He said that's why it's 38%, because I need to not only I get paid, but I got to pay the people around me. And then of course there's some that he has to pay out of pocket to get them to be the expert or to look over certain things and to analyze and stuff like that. And I say all that to say, Benjamin Crump, he's the most well-known attorney, and there's probably other civil rights or basically civil rights attorneys that are pressing out there. He's just the most well-known because he's taken the cases that we know the most about, the Trayvon Martins, the Eric Gardners, and things of that nature. So it's important. It's important that we understand our part. Do I feel a part? There are times that I'm like, I don't know what to do to change certain parts of the system, right? Tragedy is going to happen. There could be anomalies, but some things just seem systematic. It's the systematic part that, and I know there's systematic and systemic. There's a difference, but I say systematic. That's part of the system or society that is built on a certain thinking or a certain nature. And unfortunately, when you get people that have the biases that buy into this system, it makes for a very volatile area for someone of color to live in. And you have tragedies that constantly happen because you have folks that are just biased and racist and things of that nature. And so I don't know, like I feel a part sometimes, but it's hard to buy in all the way. And you know, like I was talking about the videos that may come back. It's all good. I just feel like, you know, I want to buy in, but to feel a part all the way, like I do have some stock in the space, you know, from living here, my ancestors, my family, you know, I have some stock in the space. What up, Richard? Um, and I feel like, you know, we as a people just need to be vigilant. You know, we need to be aware. We need to know what's going on. Um, and like I said, watching that documentary, he said, you know, he's trying to like literally, and these are my words and it put together with his words, kind of like bankrupt the racist structure, right? To make it harder for those that want to do injustice to rethink their strategy, you know, because if you're a police department that's gotten sued so much, you know, because there's insurance for that stuff, but just like any accident, every time, you know, the insurance gets hit, you know, your liability is higher. The underwriters see you as something else. It's like in the Facebook space. Um, so you know, we have to constantly attack the system, and so he's attacking the pockets. I think in this generation, we're attacking the pockets. I think there needs to come a point where we are actively getting into the litigation, affecting more district attorneys' offices. You know, and most district attorneys, you vote them in. Most of them, I think, you know, I won't say all. I think most of them you vote in. Let's see. He said, "Isn't there a no-go zone for all kinds of people, including Latino and white people too, as everyone?" What you mean, like segregated areas? Is that what you're talking about, Richard? I know. I hate the delay in comments because you will hear this in about 15 seconds later. Then you got to think about type it in if you're not already typing it in. So you know, I feel like we just need to be vigilant in what we do. We need to be vigilant in the fight, or at least you have to pay attention. We can't let stuff just slide by. We can't get caught up in the victory. You know, when if there's a candidate or position that wins it, that gets in the ballot, or something, a amendment is passed, you know, we can't rest. You understand what I'm saying? We have to be focused. Okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? We have to always, you know, be vigilant, because even those that have lived, you know, the Karens, they live in good neighborhoods and they watch, always on the watch, always on the lookout, you know, ready to call the cops when they see something strange. Real talk, we need to kind of have some Karen like behaviors. We need to pay attention, because we don't a lot. We pass things. I know I have pass things until, you know, things multiply, things get worse because we don't say anything. A lot of our neighborhoods are bad because we don't say anything. And I know sometimes people feel like, yeah, nothing will change, or it doesn't matter what I do, but it does. Let's see. 91 focus. Some areas sort of no go. Have to be aware. Okay, so Richard says, and Richard's over there in the UK said yes, and otherwise in Bristol, UK, 45 nationalities, 91 languages spoken. Some areas are sort of a no-go or have to be very aware and careful. So my question is, Richard, so you're saying like you're entering an area where you're not of the right nationality and there's problems and situations. That's what you're talking about. I do understand that, but we need to eradicate a lot of things like that, because that's a systematic issue, because it needs to change. Things like that. That's, you know, a lot of, you know, the South is not as bad as New York. And I'm gonna always jump on, and I'm from there. It's segregated. Like, you countless stories of folks being in the wrong area. Because, you know, can be dicey. Yeah, like I believe that stuff needs to be eradicated. That's some of the problem as well. That's a huge, huge problem. I'm an American. I'm legally here. I should be able to go anywhere on public streets outside of private property. This is it. He said, man, New York looks interesting. It is. It's a very interesting place, very segregated. They talked about Buffalo because now the light was on Buffalo, and the problem's been there for a long time. Like most things you see, especially stuff like that that's happened in Buffalo, it's always a reaction. It's always a spillover. Things are always bubbling. Nothing just happens. Understand me. When riots break out, and it just that riots and just, oh my gosh, we're gonna riot today because of it. Nah, it was overtime. It was overtime. Yeah, but it's a testament to what New York is. I'm just I'm just saying, and you don't really realize what New York really is until you move, and then you go back. It's like, wow, America has bamboozled us to think the worst is down south. That's all I'm at, and that's where I stand. That's where I stand. Blessings, Cheryl. Good morning. Good morning from California. I remember you. I know. Yes, Buffalo incident very found upsetting. Indeed. It's indicative of culture. It's indicative of what happens when you say New York. Are you referring to the city or the state? The state. The state. The state. Good morning, Pastor. Yeah, I'm the state, including the city, the 5 boroughs. They've had their section. I mean, they probably, because of gentrification, things have shifted. And probably like the gentrified areas, not as segregated because you got gentrification, you got old school neighbors, so it's kind of a blended mix. I just said it's holidays, so I can come on with you guys. Appreciate you. This was going to be like just a short show, unless people start piling in, and I get excited. So in New York, where you say great areas to go, the areas you have to be super alert. Oh, as a visitor, it's changed. I mean, hanging out in the tourist spots, you'll see them. Manhattan, good tourist areas. Some parts of Harlem, you know. But hey, good morning, Michael. Good morning. There's some good. Long Island's decent. Like I said, it's just a segregation. It's a nighttime hangout. I mean, for you, Rich, you probably pretty much be straight a lot of places, but like I said, it's a divide. It's been a divide. Yeah, right. And I think that's every place, every state. It all depends what place you go to. Yeah, I really can't speak to no goes because, like I said, with gentrifying, what happened with gentrification. People get pushed out. The police ramp up. So they're more apt to clean up these areas. So, it's never like a good cleanup. It's more or less, let's push this over to another borough. let's push these folk here. Yeah. Queens is decent. I mean, but Queens broken up. There's Astoria. There's different, heights. It's Queensbridge. Yes, and as far as Queensbridge is still Queensbridge, I don't think they've changed that. All that Nas and Nas and those folks, yeah, it's still the same. But it's like I said, I feel like I said, we gotta just be aware, be mindful, think about what's going on, and Pastor always says, don't rest in your laurels. When we have a win, always know we have to keep fighting, we have to keep pushing. Should wait, let's see. It should be that way. Anthony and Brian should be able to go anywhere. It's nice. Sounds good. Mike says, tells my friends used to start seeing the murals and shoes on. Listen, that's real talk. Right. A lot of rest in peace, and you see, yeah, that's good, Michael. I never thought about that. But that is true, right? Any spot you start seeing a lot of murals, and I mean, that means it's always going down here, either from others or police. Yeah, that's good. And the shoe lines, you're right. That's good. That is true. Man, that is Absolutely. It's like going through my head, thinking about all the areas I've seen the murals and the, it's just the has anybody ever done that? Let me ask. And does it have a symbolization? Does it mean something? What does the shoes on the power line mean? Never done it, seen it periodically. Um, hey Samantha, I know. um, so I've never done. I always wonder what if it had some meaning or meant something. But I just want to come on today and tell you guys happy July 4th. I'm not trying to take away from independence and things of that nature. I just kind of want to put a thought, just feeling apart, just feeling apart. Let's see. He said, we've seen them. I just know they be coming in hot. You will not be pouring anything out. Oh, out for me. I know that's right. Right. Okay. Said Richard says in UK, shoes online equals drugs area. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Could be. It could be a correlation. Let me know, like you guys, if you've seen the shoes on the line, what did it mean for you? I guess in a locale, it might have just a broad symbolization. I have no idea. I feel like I need to Google that. What does that mean? Because I've seen it periodically. Like it could be someone has passed, someone died in the area. That makes sense. You take your homeboy shoes and throw them up there. I guess because I've seen them. He said when the street lights come on, I know. So when the street lights come on, I know it's time to leave those areas. Listen, I remember being in an area with my family in Chicago. It was listen. I didn't want to get out my car in the daytime. I was like, I felt like a punk because I was like, I'm from New York, but I can't. This don't look right. This don't look right. But yeah. So today, I just kind of want you to enjoy your fourth. Pour out some Kool-Aid lemonade for me. Have a good fourth. Hopefully you guys are at home or going places that are great. He said, man, that's bad. Right, Richard. That is bad. I want you guys to enjoy your day. I appreciate you guys for being here, supporting us, being a part of Brother Legacy, especially coming on during the holidays. I'm sure some of y'all want to probably sleeping late, but some probably just automatically get up. I feel like the older you get, you just get up. You program to just I get up early, get things done. Honestly, I found out like early everywhere, if you get before 12, you can kind of bypass all the traffic. Get out before everybody else does. But enjoy your fourth. Do something great. Hang out with fam. If you've not seen your family in a while, call them. Tell them that you love them, or at least thinking about them. Prayerfully, you love them. They haven't driven you crazy yet. But enjoy this day. The thing is, my goal is to come on and kind of encourage, inspire, and to motivate you to just do something different. Our communities are in need of folks being in touch with what's going on. Just touching your community, being there, being open. He said, I saw this post that have an automatic alarm clock. I call it my blood. He said, yes, barbecue. Yes, indeed. Barbecue. Yes, indeed, Mike. Be safe. Listen, we appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you share. It's a quick one. I just wanted to come shout you guys. So I won't be on tomorrow. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. You continuously be blessed. Keep pushing. Keep growing. As always, know that we love you. God loves you more. Continue to stay safe. And I do feel a part of America. It's just moments. It's just the moments, It's just moments I have. And just like, man, oh man. And stay connected to us. Text LW into 84576. Text LW into 84576. Never miss a broadcast. Never miss what's happening with the brothers. All right. So we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. No. What's today? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Same time, 9 a.m. All right. Again, know that we love you. God loves you more. Stay safe. Popping fireworks. I don't know. Careful. Just be careful. Don't do nothing crazy. Hang on with folks that kind of know what they're doing. Kind of. Peace out.